Hi, my name is Ann Utterback, and I started this channel because in August of 22, my husband moved out completely unexpectedly. I had been away on a retreat, and when I came home, he had moved his things out. He was there when I came home to let me know that he had indeed moved out. And so that started a whole new journey in my life that, I never thought I would be there and how I navigated through the shame of it, the embarrassment, the fear of judgment of what anyone would say. And I worked in a church. And so the fear of the stigma of separation and divorce, what does that mean? Am I going to lose my job? All of those uncertainties just came like crashing in. And so I've been navigating this for almost 3 years now. It is obviously August to 25, so 3 years. And yeah, we're just going to talk about how difficult, seriously difficult separation is. It's just hard. All of those feelings, all those emotions come crashing in. And the biggest thing was I had to truly sit in the reality of what my marriage had been. And that was a kicker as well. But we're really going to just dive into it. I wrote a book about it because I just felt God telling me, like, just write it out. Like, what did you do? How do you navigate this as best you can? I mean, you still got to go to work. You got kids in the house. You still got to do things. And but every being about you, you just want to, you don't even get out of bed. But you have to. You have to keep going. And so what does that look like? How did I navigate it? And so, yeah, so we're just going to slowly walk through things. We're going to talk about different steps that I took. And hopefully, my goal is, just to help. The biggest thing is to just let you know that you're not alone. All of those like insecurities and thoughts and shame and guilt that are going through your head, you're not alone in those thoughts. And so I hope that can give you some guidance and some assurance and just how God truly walked me through it. And yes, I love Jesus. So I'm going to be talking about him a lot. I did a lot of Bible reading. I still do every day. So if that offends you, then maybe this isn't for you. But just know that that's I'm going to be talking about that in each episode. Every video is going to be laced with God and how he helped guide me through the separation. And this isn't about the outcome, meaning divorce or reconciliation. This is how do you navigate it? How do you walk through it? How do you become better in the midst of such chaos and stress? How can you become a better version of you? And this may be helpful if you're thinking about separating, or maybe you're separated and you're still living in the same house, or maybe you feel separated and you're not, or maybe your marriage is just struggling, or maybe it's just someone you're dating. There's so many scenarios. And so I'm just hoping that this can be a guide and a help to you. If there's things you want to discuss, please let me know. Throw some stuff in the comments. You can reach me via email. Happy to discuss things. Um, so yeah, so we're just going to be walking through that chaos, that mess, that the ambiguity. How do you walk in ambiguity when, especially for women, you want that security and it felt like it was just gone. Like my security walked out the door. So how do you live in insecurity while seeking your next step? So we're gonna dive into all those little things and stuff. I hope it's helpful to you. You can check out my website. It's anneetters.com. I also offer coaching, one-on-one coaching to help people navigate through this, to walk through it. Uh, the I have experience in it, and I gotta say that I have never had this amount of peace in my life, true peace, the peace that transcends all understanding. Yeah, that that is amazing because that can get you through just about anything. Well, actually anything. I'm going to say anything. Because that's not the only thing I've had to navigate in life, just as you. We all have other things that we're navigating, that we constantly get challenges thrown at us day to day. And so it's not like everything else stopped in the midst of those 3 years of separation. It's like I still had to, you know, I had two kids at home. Uh, so you're still navigating that. My dad passed away. He got sick, he got diagnosed and passed away within that time frame. And so there's that. And he lived in another state, so there was travel. And so there's all these other things going on. It's like, how do you do all of it? And yet, like, I had peace. I had just like the assurity of knowing I was doing the right thing. And believe me, there were days when it didn't feel that way. And, I had to force myself. I remember very vividly telling myself in the morning, I had to say, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." I had to say that. I had to get my thinking on that space to help me get out of bed and keep going. And it got easier. Some days were it'd go backwards, but other days it would get easier. So it's just a influx of feelings, of emotions. And I find it fascinating because I've written two books. And the first book I published in January of 21, and it's called Retrain Your Brain, Make God the Conductor of Your Train of Thoughts. And so God just showed me this picture of all of the different like trains, all the thinking trains that I have in my head, the crazy train, fantasy, grief, worry, depression, temptation, overthinking, all of these different things that I would just navigate throughout the day, like we all do. You have your thinking patterns, I have mine. And I wrote that book and I got a lot of, healing from that, a lot of understanding because I really dove in. I was like, oof, yeah, I do that. And it was like God prepared me that many years prior to help me navigate this season of my life. And so I'm thankful for him for doing that, as hard as it was. And there's so many times that I felt him saying, go back and read your book. Go back and read your book. Because my thinking would get off track a lot. And the anger, the sadness, the shame, the blame, all the things. And I had to go back and get my thinking on track. And had God not placed that book in my hands prior, I don't know if I would have been able to navigate the separation as well as I did. I guess it was well. I mean, I'm here. I'm kicking. I'm doing all right. So yeah, so please subscribe to this channel. We're gonna get going. We'll have a new video every week. We're gonna just dive into the things that I did, what helped me, what my thinking, my day to day, all the things that just come at you, while you're navigating this as well. And then the realization of taking the ownership because we have our part to play. And that was a big thing for me. So yeah, so I hope to see you again. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I mean, my desire truly is to help to let you know you're not alone. You're Don't don't sit and struggle in this by yourself. It's okay. You don't need to be embarrassed. There's no judgment here. So please come out of hiding and allow God to help you through this. and we'll talk to you again soon.